Okay, so when I started doing the first video, I thought I'd only be doing two videos. Um, However, obviously, two videos is not enough. So I just want things to be clear to you, and I want to discuss things specifically. So this is the third one. Okay, so we ended with punctuations. I had to single that out because it really is recurring. It happens on most of your articles, and it happens not only once in each article. So I just want you to know that that is something that you might want to correct to get higher grades. Okay, so again, remember that if you read it out loud and you pause, there should be a comma there most of the time. And commas, periods are used to separate ideas, things like that. So make sure that you put appropriate punctuations in your articles. Okay, for sentences, I give you a three most of the time because of the same thing here. It goes hand in hand. So same explanation there. There's That's it. I don't have any other issues that I need to address for grammar or for the other things that you get a three on. That's okay because again, I don't expect it to be perfect. I don't expect to receive a perfect article where I don't need to edit anything. But let's just make sure that you read each article after you finish it so that you can check if there's anything that you might want to change. Okay, and by the way, for instructions, as you have noticed, I am getting a bit confused with the instructions lately because I need to assign and reassign stuff because I have a new employee on board. So some of the things I've assigned to you, I might need to assign to him and things like that. So for the instructions, just make sure that you check them right before you start the articles because there may have been some changes. Okay? Like the last time where you didn't check, four articles were wasted. So the time that you've put into those articles were wasted. So just make sure that you check so that you would be sure that you're doing what you should be doing and not wasting time with something else. All right. I'm sorry if I need to change instructions a lot. As I mentioned, I have a new writer on board. So since he is on his trial week, I need to assign him the more simple the articles with simpler instructions and the articles that are um, easier to do. I think since it's the instructions, as you have noticed, can be a bit complicated at times. So I don't want to overwhelm the new writer. Okay, so that's it for the instructions. Just always check Dropbox for updates. Um, Everything that all the updates that you have been doing in Dropbox is correct, so we don't have to address any of that. Let's see. So here's your Dropbox. Everything is good here. I just needed to. Sometimes I add a folder, just check what the changes are if you notice anything. And by the way, for instructions, I noticed that sometimes I think you copy or you move the document into your own folder or your USB or whatever, and it gets removed here. So as you can see, Project 23 is not here anymore. I think you moved it somewhere else. So when you want to get a document and move it to your USB or to your own folder, you can just copy it and paste it somewhere else so that I still have the copy here. Okay? I have a copy of my own on another folder. However, sometimes I don't update those as much. I update your folder first. So I need to see everything that's here. So please don't remove um, any documents moving forward. Alright? So what else? For the instructions that I am giving you, as you've noticed, there are repetitive articles. I make you do for pheromone, for example. For the pheromone articles, I've had you do a lot of those already, because those are recurring clients, or what do you call it, regular clients that I have who order articles for their websites. Those are these websites, so that's why I need you to have a link to those. um, Most of the time, the links that you will find here for the more information, those are the content of the website currently, and the one you are writing would either add to the existing content or it will replace the existing content. So you just have those links as a basis, but as much as possible, make, of course, again, make yours unique. I've never had any plagiarism hits with you, which is great. Thank you for that. But there, make them unique from what you see on the link, and if you can, make them better than what you see on the link, because as I said, they, some of those are meant to replace the existing content. All right. Now, again, to reiterate, you will see these instructions repeated for projects, but make sure that you still read through them, because some of them may be changed. Maybe you see this common or familiar, but this line has changed and it's important and you didn't read it. So just make sure that you read everything for every project instruction. Okay? And also, if you notice, most of the projects you get now have parts: part 1, part 2, part 3. That is because of the exceeding number, or exceeding, sorry, the increasing number of clients and orders that we are receiving. So that's why I need you to do several articles for different websites or for different purposes for one project. All right. So all done with that. Now what I need to discuss with you would be your the we talked about possibly having an increase after 1 month, right? So let's just look at your statistics. 1 second. Okay, here. So let's look at your invoice there. So if you notice, on the quality form, you will see that to get the minimum incentive of 750, you need to have a grade somewhere between 76 until 90. And I'm not sure if you noticed this, but what your total grade for the month was 75.71. So that's point 0.3, just point 0.3 away from getting 750. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, for the updates, if you got the updates part to a 4, if you got the availability part to a 4, you would have gotten an incentive, either 750 or 1.5. I think you would have gotten 1.5 if you had those two categories to a 4 for every day. So now that you see the effect on the pay, if you got 1.5 there, you would have been getting 7,000 plus here, or 8,000 plus here for your salary. So now that you see the effect, now that you see what you could have gotten and what you got, what you actually got, I hope that that would motivate you to update me more in the future. Okay, again, it has a big bearing on your total grade. So there, the quality incentive is 0 for this month. So unfortunately, for this month, we will not be able to increase your basic pay yet. Let's hope that for the next month this would change and you can get an incentive, and if I see improvements on the things that I have mentioned earlier that you need to improve, if I see improvements on those for your next month with me, then we will definitely increase your pay. Because for the content, you're already there. There are just minimal edits that I need to do, minimal improvements that you need to do. So the major part would be on the updates and availability. Okay, we're nearly there. So that's okay. It's just the first month. We have a lot more of time. I hope you still stay for a longer, for several months more, so that we would have a lot more time to improve on your skills and get your pay increased. All right. Again, as I mentioned, I want you to get the most out of the salary that I can provide. So let's just improve on the things that we need to be improved. By the way, for the comments, please read those. Um, they may not be, they're not colorful, so they may not be visible right away. You can just scroll down and you might not notice it, but try to be aware because I do put some comments sometimes. Just ignore this part. This would be the computer username, and I use several computers, so just ignore that. Just look at these parts here where I add comments. Sometimes for the quality form, for this example, I think I did add some comments. Where's that? Here. There. So there are some comments where I've mentioned some things that are important. So just make sure you read those. I don't put comments on every category and every day because most of this are actually self-explanatory, and I'm sure you know what errors you have made if you look at the articles again, and I'm sure you know what you need to improve on. So let's just get those grades higher for the next month so that you could get a higher salary and you could get an increase for the next time that we assess your monthly statistics. Okay, so that is basically it for now. Again, I would like to repeat this to make it clear and to emphasize it to you. I am open to any questions, suggestions, reactions, clarifications, anything that you have. It would make our both of our jobs easier if you are happy and if I am happy. So if there's anything about the job that any issues that would make your job easier, please raise them. I am open to any suggestions that you have. We can talk about things. We can see how things can work for both of us. I don't want you to hold a grudge. Let's say, for example, I gave you a grade of 65 and you think that was not fair because you don't see where the errors have occurred, or you don't think that there were any errors. Just make sure that you raise them to me. I may have made the mistake and I can correct it, or I may have a point that I can explain to you better. So things like that. Just I am open to anything. So just make sure that you raise issues, questions, reactions. Okay? You can do that through text. You have my number now. You can do it through Skype or through email. If there's any problems or if there are days when you can't work, where you can't meet deadlines, please tell me as early as possible so that I know how to assign tasks and how to manage my time. Okay? So for this video, these are 3 long videos. I hope you watch them and listen to them, and take note of the important points so that we can improve for the next month. Okay, if for the video itself you have clarifications or again reactions, questions, just make sure to raise them to me the next time that you see me online, or you can just send an email or text me. Okay. By the way, right now I have 3 writers on board, as I mentioned, and one of those have just started. He just started his trial week. He just started yesterday. So Once he passes the trial week, once he passed that, and he